It is 5 o'clock somewhere, and you've tuned into Season 4, Episode 6 of BRC. For those of you who'd like to watch this episode, I highly recommend it. You can view Season 4 on our website, YouTube, Spotify, WhiskeyNetwork.net, and Zencaster. I'm Carrie Moynihan, and today I'll take you to the floor of the WSWA Access Live Conference, which took place in Denver, Colorado earlier this year. From the bold flavors of the Green Machine cocktail by Lost Irish to Tennessee Legend's award-winning Honey Barrel Bourbon, we're meeting the makers, the innovators, and the risk-takers shaping up the spirits world one dram at a time. We'll chat with Justin from Tennessee Legend, who traded Zoo Dreams for distilling and now makes a peanut butter cup whiskey that could rival your favorite dessert. We'll meet the team behind Whiskey Row Bourbon, revealing a Louisville legacy with bottle and bond pride. Then it's off to explore the evolution of American single malt, from pioneers like Jared at Balcones to Virginia Distillery's heartfelt tribute in Courage and Conviction. And don't miss out on the team at Pronghorn, championing diverse voices and spirits with legacy-driven brands like Tom Bullock's Bourbon and Bertie Brown. Of course, we couldn't leave without catching up with some of our old friends like Aiden from Natterjack, conquering the whiskey world one toad at a time, and Tracy Franklin, who unveils Edmund's Honor, a vanilla kiss bourbon inspired by a 12-year-old enslaved boy who revolutionized the world of flavor in today's whiskey whereabouts. So kick off your shoes, pour yourself a dram, and join me for this episode of Barrel Room Chronicles. All right, I am here at the WSWA Access Live opening night, and I'm here with Tim, who's representing the Lost Irish. Irish Lost? Lost Irish.
Lost Irish. Tell all your friends to get lost.
Get lost, Tim. Just get... No.
You get it.
I do, and you know what? I love this. You just made me, what is this called? The Green Machine?
So we call it the Green Machine. It's Lost Irish, a freshly pressed green apple, Granny Smith green apple. It's almost good for you. It's not, but it's almost good for you.
I mean, I'm going to say whiskey and apples. That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Part of your 5 a day.
All right. Tell me a little bit about Lost Irish and your part in it.
Yeah, so I started the company a little over 3.5 years ago. The whole idea behind it is, it's the idea of 5 million people live in Ireland, but 70 million worldwide claim Irish ancestry. That's the Lost Irish bit of it. And whether you're...
That's me, I'm Lost Irish, 30%.
Inspired by you. And then what I do to make our liquid a little bit different is I source casks from all 6 continents, bring them back home to County Louth in Ireland, and mature the whiskey in those casks to take on different accents of flavour of where Irish people and others have wandered before.
What gave you the idea to do this?
I was doing a lot of traveling around the world, and it always comes back to flavour. So like, we'll often talk 70% of the whiskey's flavour comes from the cask. I wanted to see what that would look like if I got more interesting and flavourful casks and see what happened.
Great, and now you've gotten all these casks from all around the world. Now, where can you find the whiskey? Is it all around the world yet?
It can be lost at times depending on where you live. But no, we're in 31 states in the US, and then we're in 24 countries as well. So
do you have a booth here today, this week?
No, we're just doing the opening party, and I have the pleasure of bar backing for the great Pam Wisnitzer. So
Pam has been on many a show with us. She's fantastic. So are you here all week, or are you leaving tomorrow?
All week, yeah.
Oh, great. Well, maybe we can have a proper sit down with you later in the week.
Let's do it over a whiskey. We can do it.
Sounds good, and I'll let you get back to it because Pam can't hold down the fort too much longer. All right, thank you so much.
Amazing. Thanks so much.
Well, here I am at the WSWA Access Live. Here I'm on the floor with Justin, who's the head distiller here at this beautiful Tennessee Legend distillery, which I just now noticed, and I will get some B-roll of all these bottles. You guys got to see how many products they have, like 30 SKUs or something crazy. Justin, give me a little background about you and how this company came to be.
My background's primarily in biology and chemistry. Graduated with a degree from Tennessee Tech. Spent a while working with one of my buddies at a liquor store while trying to kind of figure out what I wanted to do, looking for zoo jobs and things like that. And my family over in East Tennessee in the Sevierville area reached out. They were interested in starting a moonshine company but didn't have a distiller. So I did a lot of reading, did a lot of research, already kind of had a foot in the door with the liquor industry, and had an idea of what the market was like and ways you could do things a little bit better, and decided to take the leap. So moved back to East Tennessee, started figuring everything out, and put together a distillery, and brought in my buddy at the time to run the sales for it, and we've just been growing ever since.
He's not your buddy anymore?
He is. He's just not right now because he ran off and left me to do the interview alone.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, I talked to him first, and he goes, "Okay, bye." So tell me, out of all the things you make, which is your favorite?
My personal favorite is probably going to be kind of a surprise. It's not here tonight. It's our white rum.
Oh, that sounds good.
I am a big rum fan. When I got the opportunity to run my own space, I decided I'm going to make the rum that I want. So it's a white rum. It's an agricole style, very light, floral. It's made from fresh cane rather than molasses.
Okay.
So it's a very herbal, very light spirit, and makes incredible cocktails.
That's fantastic. And then how many whiskeys do you guys have versus, because I know you have rums and you have creams and you have moonshines. How many whiskeys do you have?
A lot. If you include the flavored whiskeys, I think we've got 13 now. So straight spirits, we've got our classic bourbon. We've got a single barrel variant. We've got a honey barrel variant that I'm very proud of. We won Best in Show for the honey barrel today.
Here, great. Fantastic. Congratulations.
And then we just released our Tennessee whiskey. So we brought out a 7-year Tennessee whiskey, just came out right before Christmas.
And you did the Lincoln County process on that bad boy?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So those are our primary straight whiskeys, but then we also have a line of flavored whiskeys, and that's been our bread and butter since the day we opened. Our salted caramels are best-selling product. It is rich and decadent and delicious, and honestly too much for me most days. But
I bet that would be good over vanilla ice cream.
It is. Oh yeah, it's perfect for cocktails especially. It's just such a bold flavor, and then we've got a bunch of other flavored whiskeys. Peanut Butter Cup is one of my favorites. I spent months working on that and trying to really just distill down a Reese's into a glass of whiskey and figure out how to make it perfect. And I feel like I got pretty close.
That's fantastic. Well, Justin, thank you so much. And what are you guys hoping to accomplish here at the conference?
Our goal this year is just to spread our wings a little bit and acquire some new distributors. We've primarily been focused on our tasting rooms in Tennessee, and we've now got enough barrels put away. We've got enough production capacity that we can start to really grow and branch out and get our products out there. So hopefully, if we're talking again next year, we'll be nationwide by then.
Fantastic. Well, Justin, thank you for taking the time out, and I appreciate learning about all this good stuff. And I'm going to get some B-roll real quick before I head on to the next spot.
Sounds great.
Thanks, guys.
My name is Tim Zizak. I'm with Avalon Spirits, and I'm Domestic Sales Senior Vice President.
Okay. So I'm here, and we're looking at Whiskey Row Bourbon. For those of you at home who can read the sign behind me. And Tim is going to tell me a little bit about this Whiskey Row. Whiskey Row, we've got a bunch of really great, pretty-looking bottles here.
So Avalon Spirits purchased Whiskey Row Bourbon, which is produced at Kentucky Artesian Distillery in Crestwood, Kentucky. We purchased it in 2023, the end of 2023. Last year was our first year in the market, and we opened up about 12 states, and we're hoping to open up maybe 10 or 12 more this year. Our offerings are a regular bourbon at 88 proof, a bottle and bond at 100 proof, and a cask strength.
Lift those up. Let's see those.
We offer our regular bourbon at 88 proof.
Okay.
Also in a smaller size, which we sell a lot of, and all the brands. And then we have a bottled and bond at 100 proof. This is a 4-year-old. All our bourbons are at least a minimum of 4-year-old. And then we have a cask strength at 111.
Wow.
Retail, and then we have a triple wood, which we just came out with. This will probably be our new package going forward. So all these products I just showed you will be this new package. So this is a triple wood aged bourbon, 5-year-old. $49. The bottle and bond is $59, and the cask strength is $69. And we're doing very well. The bourbon business is good, and we hope to have some aged expressions as well coming. this year.
That's fantastic. And tell me, like, how long has Whiskey Row been in existence?
So Whiskey Row was developed in 2021. The man that developed it actually passed away, and the family put the brand up for sale, and we purchased it in 2023. So they did have some distribution. That's why this is the original label, and we're going to change it to the new label this year. Was the original guy, was it a sudden passing, or was? Yeah, it was an accident. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
So he did, and we're still using his same mash bills, his recipes. It's good bourbon. We're doing very well with it, and we're happy with it.
Great. Well, Tim, what states are you currently in right now?
Oh, you're going to give me a test?
Well, how many? How many states?
Probably about 12 right now.
California?
East Coast. No, as far west as Colorado.
All right, so I could go to the store here and get it?
Yeah,
all right.
Available in Colorado. Our bigger markets are Michigan, North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee is a great market. We're in the whole state of Tennessee, and obviously Kentucky.
And did he name Whiskey Row after Whiskey Row in Louisville?
Yes, that's. He actually got the trademark for it, so we have the trademark for the name Whiskey Row, and our story is about the development, how bourbon started in Whiskey Row and how it developed, and we're sharing that story with our bourbon.
That's fantastic. Tim, thank you so much.
Enjoyed it.
And
enjoy your day.
Good luck here today, and hopefully you get some distribution.
Would you like some bourbon or chocolate?
Yes, but it's a little early in the morning. I gotta pace myself today, but I'll be back this afternoon.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right, thanks.
Thank you for stopping by.
My name is Jared Himstead. I'm the head distiller at Balcones Distilling in Waco, Texas.
Fantastic. I've heard so many things about you, Jared, over the years. Big fan of Balcones. I've gone to a bunch of tastings in Los Angeles. And I'm so glad that you are actually the person here that I get to run into and just chat with. So, Jared, tell me a little bit about your whiskey journey. How did you end up the head distiller at Balcones?
Oh, it went from loving beer, homebrewing beer, to loving whiskey, to feeling like I have to try my hand at making it to understand it better and to change how I appreciate. It wasn't very intentional, and that just turned into more and more, and then eventually I needed to quit my job, and just kind of one foot in front of the other, just kind of following, what makes you feel alive,
And did you start your distilling career at Balcones, or so you just worked your way up from the bottom up?
Yep, just been there. I'm one of the founders. I'm been there the whole time. We're all self-taught. I don't think we have anybody that's really ever worked anywhere else. And I kind of like it that way. Then we get to teach them how we do it,
Yeah. So, you guys have been around a while now. What year did you begin, and I know you're here at the conference. Does that mean you're still looking for more distribution, or are you just showing off that you're Balcones?
We started in 2008, started releasing whiskey in 2009, so this is my 16th year. We're here partly just to celebrate the ratification a few weeks ago of American Single Malt finally being a thing. Eight years of work with the commission trying to get that done. So just trying to plant the flag as many opportunities as we can to preach the good word about American Single Malt. So.
Now that we have this American Single Malt, I'm a little concerned about all this tariff talk that's going on. And were you guys already exporting single malts to other countries? And if so, were they all under what's the current compliance, the current rules? And are you worried that now the export is going to slow down and or stop?
It might. Last round of this was hard on people that had a larger chunk of their distribution exported. We're not doing a lot right now. And even when we do, it's usually kind of some one-off things. Like we'll do a blend for Australia, or we'll kind of have a specific arrangement with someone that wants something unique, and we'll put something together and send it to them. So we don't count on a lot of export like a lot of craft brands do. The last few years honestly, it worked out good for us right now, just because we've been trying to kind of pull back a little bit and go deeper in markets where we already are, instead of shallow and really wide.
Got it.
But I know other small producers that, their export business is 20-25% of their business. If they're rightfully a little worried about what that means for the next few years, but we'll see.
So are you currently in all 50 states?
I don't think we're in all 50. We're probably pretty close. I want to say probably low 40s right now. And that was a little bit intentional. We've done this multiple times. It's like breathing. You cast the net. A few years later, you kind of pull back, or you kind of find where things take root, and then you support that really well here and here, and try to just do that better and spend that energy where things are already moving, And every state's weird. You just never know what people are going to like. And something just catches on, and you're like, okay, that's not even one of our main products, but Illinois loves the rye or something, and so you focus on that. But,
Very cool. And then what is your main goal of being at the conference this year?
once again, I think that little tiny 1%, obviously whiskey podcasters, people that have, like me, hundreds of bottles open at home, that buying all the special releases, they hear the news of what's coming out. I don't think any of us are worried about that group. But it's the next couple of percentage points down on that bell curve. Like, how do you get just that next layer down of drinkers and whiskey lovers to, first of all, these days, they need to even know that American single malt's a thing. They need to know what it is. And then we need to get all of these awesome whiskeys in front of people. And just door-to-door conversion, and just get people turned on to what's possible. So.
Sounds good. Well, Jared, thank you so much for taking the time. It was great getting to meet you in person, and good luck at the conference.
Thank you.
My name is James Bent. I am the sales director for the Eastern U.S. for Virginia Distillery Company.
All right, so James, tell me a little bit about Virginia Distilling and all of these beautiful whiskeys. And I noticed that they all say single malt. Is everything you do single malt?
Everything that we do is American single malt. We've been kind of pioneering the space along with the other members here. The American Single Malt Whiskey Commission helped really get that up and running to lobby for definition recognition of this category, which we're really excited. Got announced in December and then just ratified a few weeks ago. So family owned. Started with truly kind of the American dream. Dr. George Moore came over from Ireland, got into tech and finance, started a company, did really well, sold it, had a passion for whiskey and wanted to start a distillery here in the U.S. and passion for single malt and saw what was going on. So started the distillery. In 2011, unfortunately passed of a heart attack, and his wife Angela and son Gareth, as they're figuring out kind of going forward, came down to check out what George has started, and we say we have his inherited vision to help build up, the preeminent American single malt. So that's all that we do, all that we've been doing for the better part of a decade, and we're really excited that the category is now here.
How long after he started did he pass?
2 years after the distillery started, so 2 years before our first whiskey came off the stills in 2015. So he passed away in 2013. First whiskey that we came out was a blended malt that we had. We sourced some Speyside Scotch along with our own distillate. We didn't have enough of ours at the time. Finished it in port casks, then cider casks, and then eventually came out with our kind of higher-end, fully matured line called Courage and Conviction, which is a phrase that Dr. Moore had to have the courage of your convictions. So that's kind of a tribute to him. Courage of Convictions to pave the way in American single malt and develop this world-class whiskey portfolio.
That's great. And does it have, he was Irish. Do you guys do any... Well, you don't do any pot still, but do you do any triple distilling?
So we actually have 2 copper pot stills that we brought over from Elgin, Scotland. So everything that we do is pot stilled. Everything that we do is primary maturation. So first fill barrels, either using first fill bourbon, ex-bourbon barrels, premium European red wine, which we call cuvee, or sherry barrels, which all of them are fully matured, and we use 3 different types in Fino, Oloroso, and Pedro Jimenez.
That's great. So which ones do you have here today?
So right here, we're showcasing our newer line that we just launched last year, called our house brand, Virginia Distillery Company American Single Malt. The biggest difference between that and the Courage and Conviction. Courage and Conviction is new make spirit goes into one of those 3 different barrels that we talked about. The Virginia Distillery line all starts off in ex-bourbon barrels first for a minimum of 4 years on our core line up here before being finished in a variety of other barrels over the course of the next year or so. The Brewers Coalition we just came out with, it's a really fun limited time only product that we offer 5 years in ex-bourbon barrels and then finish in leading stout beer producers from around the country. So the first releases we partnered with Goose Island and their Bourbon County Stout, which is very well known, and then Hardywood Park Brewery out of Richmond, Virginia has a gingerbread stout, and we actually finished Whiskey Advocate's top 20 whiskeys of the year, finished number 17 on that list with that release.
So does it have a little gingerbread flavor in it?
It's got those fall baking spices, a little ginger, a little nutmeg, clove, very subtle, not cloyingly sweet or flavored like a lot of the other ones, but very nice to sip on its own or pair with a nice dessert for sure.
I think I might have to try that. So how many expressions do you have altogether?
Altogether, we have 2 brands. We have the Courage and Conviction brand and then the Virginia Distillery Company brand. Altogether right now, we have 9, 11, about 15 different offerings. We have single barrel capabilities. The Brewers Coalition, we're expanding this year, so there's a few more that are going to be coming out over the course of this year that you'll see, but it's really the 2 brands in that spirit. One's fully matured, it doesn't rest until it comes out of those barrels, and the other that's more about finishing in a variety of other barrels.
That's great. Now, out of the ones you have here today, which one's your favorite?
That's a great question. I'm a little bit partial to the Courage and Conviction line. We call this our signature malt, so it's single malt, but it's a blend of those 3 different barrel finishes. So 50% bourbon cask, 25% cuvee, 25% sherry. So you get kind of the best notes of all of those different premium barrels. So we source high quality barrels. We're the most awarded American single malt distillery as one of the only family owned, privately held ones. We take a lot of pride in that, really because of the quality of the barrels we use, but also where we're at in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia. 4 seasons and then seasons within seasons, so we get a rapid maturation on our distillate, and in the Courage and Conviction line that sits in those barrels until it's bottled, you get so much complexity from it. This one actually won Whiskey of the Year at last year's or 2023's London Spirits competition, and our distillery won Distillery of the Year at the same competition. So a lot of fun with this whiskey. We actually, if I can talk about it, we came out with a concept called the Draftsman, which is an account or a single account or a chain account's ability to have their own customized blend of our whiskey of the year. So where I said our percentages are 50% bourbon, 25% sherry, 25% cuvee, the Draftsman allows an account, if they really love the bourbon influence, they want 80% of it, they can do 80% bourbon, 10% cuvee, 10% sherry. So it's not a single barrel, but it kind of behaves like one from the customization standpoint.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need to try that. You got. I see you got little baby cups.
For sure, have some samples.
Well, I can't get it off. There we go. I'll try that bad boy. And then I may want to try the gingerbread, because that sounds...
Gingerbread for sure.
Oh, that's got a beautiful nose.
Yeah, so the bourbon influence, it actually is the lightest influence. It really mellows out the single malt. The single malt definitely shines, so that malted barley. We use 2-row spring barley, a little bit higher quality grade. But you get the caramel, vanilla custard kind of at the end of it. But the cuvee, we use a process that Dr. Jim Swan, who's a pioneer in single malt, right, called STR with those premium European barrels. So we shave out the inside, toast and char, caramelize those red wine sugars. So really what it ends up doing is it's a way to introduce a sweet element to 100% malted barley mash bill that you otherwise wouldn't get unless you blended in, corn or wheat. And then the sherry, obviously, those classic notes of orange marmalade, candied orange peel, golden raisins that you get from that just add a depth and complexity to that overall.
It's definitely got depth and complexity, and I can actually taste all those finishes. This is really, really good. I'm very impressed with this. Now let's try this. Is this one that's the gingerbread? I've never had a gingerbread.
So the other thing with these whiskeys, our Courage and Conviction line for the most part is 92 proof. Our VDC line is 93. The Brewers Coalition is our first bottled and bond release, so 100 proof, so a little bit higher proof, but again, doesn't overwhelm you because of those stout finish. It adds a nice layer of complexity, but the single malt still shines through, and that's something that we, are passionate. We don't want to cover it up. We're not trying to, have it get lost. We definitely want to showcase what we believe is our exceptional single malt, but has those nice fall baking spices to complement it on the finish.
It does. I can taste the baking spices, but I can definitely also taste the beer influence too. It's just great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
All right, well, James, Jim, Bob, though. James, it was so great to get to taste these and meet you, and you are a plethora of information. I love it. And what is your main goal at the conferences here besides letting people know, hey, single malt's official?
Yeah, for sure. So really, it's elevating the whole field of American single malt to let people know. Obviously, partnered with distributor partners and solidify the partnerships we have. Let other potential wholesaler partners know what we're doing, and we're leading in the space, even though we're not, part of one of the larger spirit companies. That we're doing some exceptional things. We also have bulk capabilities that we want to make sure people know about, especially with our differentiated product being only coming from copper pot stills, only being primary maturation. We don't use any first new oak. We do some secondary finishing with new oak, but we don't use any column stills, anything like that. So we have some bulk capabilities that there's opportunity for as well.
And how many states are you in right now?
We're in just over 30 states in the U.S., expanding rapidly for export markets as well. So there's there's a lot of interest and attention, not just in single malt in general, but with American single malt as well.
It's great. James, thanks again.
Thank you so much.
And good luck at the conference.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Don't touch that device. We'll be right back with Whiskey Whereabouts. Like what you've seen on BRC? Want to see more? Experience more? And maybe even taste more? Then head over to our Ko-fi site and become a member of the Barrel Room Parlor. By choosing the copper level membership, you'll have exclusive access to videos related to topics discussed on the podcast and blog posts for members only. As an Amber member level, you'll enjoy everything from our copper level as well as various spin-off series including The Cutting Room Floor and Kindred Spirits. In addition, the Amber membership includes exclusive discounts to live in-person events. To join, visit www.barrelroomchronicles.com and click on Become a Member in the navigation bar. Or go straight to our Ko-fi site at ko-fi.com/BRC and click on the membership link. Once you've joined, you'll have access to everything your chosen level has to offer. You'll even be able to participate with the show by commenting on videos and other posts. Don't wait. Sign up today for exclusive content and event discounts in the Barrel Room Parlor. Hello.
How are you?
I am here at the WSWA with Aiden, a returning guest on the show. So we're going to do our little whiskey whereabouts with you today. How are you, Aiden?
I'm amazing, thanks. Really good.
So we're here with the Natterjack Irish whiskey, and I have tried all three of these in the past.
Okay.
But I think if I recall, the one with the three-dimensional toad was my favorite.
The cask strength is, it's a wonderful whiskey. It won Irish Whiskey of the Year. It beat all of our friends at Bushmills. The 30-year-old whiskey can't even get in a room with it. So
that's awesome. And I see you also have Traverse City Whiskey Company Premium Cherries. Those are, we've had them on the show too, and they are really great cherries. All right, so you were here at the WSWA, and I'm assuming you're here to get wider distribution. Tell me your goals for your visit here.
Yeah. So I suppose. What I really want to do is conquer the whiskey world. And
you're gonna take it over, baby.
Right? And the only way to do that is to continually show up, day in, day out. Come to shows, meet people like you, meet these guys, and tell our story repeatedly. And so there is no there's no roof. There's no roof.
Well, that's good, because up there you got a frog.
Yeah.
So we're going to get that on the camera here in a second, but he wouldn't fit if there was a roof.
So my plan is to be in 192 countries and all 52 states?
50.
50?
50 with some territories.
Okay, 50 and some territories.
You know, I mean, or possibly Greenland and the Panama Canal soon. I don't know.
Who knows? But more than that, Kerry, I want to have the best company. I want everyone to want to work here, and I think they do. I want
to work here. You hiring? I'll do your LA market for you.
So I want to create the best company we can, and sell the best whiskey.
All right. So do you have any more of the expressions, or it's still just the main three?
Just those three. I think you can lose focus if you continue to, for the sake of releasing something new. I don't want to do that. We should only release something if it's incredible.
I agree with that. And then I've noticed here, you've got some moss over here, but you have these little baby toads.
That's actually the size of the Natterjack toad.
That is tiny. Like the size is a little different from the big guy up there, which I have to get a picture with you in that, because the picture we have on our website is you sitting on that guy.
Is it?
Yes, sitting on it.
Yeah.
So this is the Natterjack, and this is what it looks like. It's got the yellow stripe down the back.
Yellow stripe down the back.
And then I see you've got the QR code here. And this
QR
is
code on the back, yeah.
All right, this is a really clever way to get your QR code out there, I must say. This is a great bar mat, too. You got a big tote on here. It's a great setup. Great setup.
The guys have done an incredible job. I was really proud when I got here today. Really proud of the effort that everyone has done, and that's the company I want to create.
Well, you know what? It's one of the nicest looking booths, I must say. And of course, I am partial to green.
Yeah.
So that's great. So how many states are you in currently since we last spoke?
1 second. Grant, how many states are we in?
We're in 16 states in 18 global markets.
Nice.
Yeah.
16 states and 18 global markets, says Grant over there off camera.
Time. Yeah. I make it up. I'm like 25, 172.
220, 221.
Yeah.
We're in all of the world, and all of the seas, and all of the Antarctica.
16 states. Grant's the details, man.
All right. And then how big is your company employee status or number? How many employees do you have in the States now?
6 in the States and 3 in Ireland. So, yeah.
Okay, and remind the audience where you produce your spirit.
2 hours north of Dublin in a town called Dundalk.
Called what?
Dundalk.
Oh, Dundalk, yes, Dundalk. And how far is that from Skerries?
Oh, you put me on the spot here, Kerry. Pretty far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's pretty far.
Skerries.
Skerries. It's about an hour and a half north of Dublin. It's a beautiful little town.
Skerries is lovely. Dundalk
I got a parking ticket there. I'm kind of afraid to go back now because they're going to hunt me down, and I had no idea how to pay it.
I'll get you off your parking ticket. Don't worry about that. I know some people.
Oh, well, that's good. All right, Aidan, well, it was great to meet you in person. You're doing really great, and I'm glad to have you here on Whiskey Whereabouts. And good luck to you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed the podcast we did. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for coming back and saying hi.
Well, thanks for having me. Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Miss Tracy Franklin, how are you?
I am fantastic here at WSWA in Denver, Colorado.
So, the last time I saw you was in Kentucky at the Women of Whiskey Awards, and I interviewed you, and for some reason, the sound did not come on.
Not meant to be.
Not meant to be, because you couldn't tell me about what's going on here today, but now I have the tea, as the kids say.
Yes.
All right, so tell me, Tracy, what am I looking at? What is this?
Yeah, so actually, at those awards, I actually was running around with a little sample for some folks, so it was undercover. I wasn't allowed to talk about this, but I have been working on this brand for a year and a half, almost 2 years. It is called Edmund's Honor. It's in honor of Edmund Albius, who was a botanist who created the hand pollination technique for vanilla. So vanilla starts out as an orchid. So we've got this orchid on our bottle. And then through hand pollination, you're able to get the pollen to actually go into the inside of the flower to turn into a vanilla bean. Wow. Now, in Mexico and Central America, there's an insect that does that. But once you take that plant out of those areas, the insects don't know what to do because it's really difficult. So this 12-year-old botanist figured out how to do this. And so we still use that same technique today. Yes.
12-year-old as in years old of age?
He was 12 years old on the island of Réunion, which was called Bourbon at the time.
Love it.
Right? So what we did, because the island at the time was called Bourbon, I wanted to make sure we were using real bourbon. So we are starting out with a minimum 4-year age straight bourbon that is finished in cognac casks that previously held Madagascar vanilla.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I think we'll have to try that.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm blending that and then adding just a little bit more Madagascar vanilla and a touch of Tahitian. I wanted to lean into the vanilla, right? We're talking about vanilla, and our entire label has vanilla vines on it. It's got the vanilla, the vanilla orchid. So this is something that doesn't quite exist, right? Because it is still 43%. It's got enough, it's got a really nice base to it with all of that well-aged bourbon, but it also has this really lovely, complex, diverse flavor of vanilla. It's not just a one note. I wanted to ensure we were getting the florals, and we were getting the cocoa, and we're getting all that caramels and beautiful things in between.
That is
I mean, I feel like you practiced the speech. You're just like, got it down, girl.
I did it.
So let me ask you, how did this whole idea company come to be? Like, how did you get involved? Was it your idea?
Yes, so this was not my idea. I was actually brought in by Pronghorn as a consultant, and they had actually purchased this idea from another company and thought, this is a brand that we can build. So what Pronghorn does is invest in small black-owned brands, as well as is now, because of Edmund's honor, building their own brands from scratch. So they are taking ideas that they think will work in the market, and as we build those up and make money from those, we're able to then take that and invest it back into more small brands.
Love that.
Right? So I know that right now I get to give my energy into this brand, but also into all of the brands that they are investing in. And for me, this is the most rewarding thing I've ever done. So every brand that you see here today, I get to be a part of their journey and help them with their cogs and help them with their production plans.
You've got this whole row down here.
I have the whole row.
I'm going to have to get some B-roll of that.
Yeah.
All right, so Tracy, so what's the goal for WSWA for this particular bottle today?
The goal is really, I think, more than anything, just represent. I guess the goal really is, yes, broader distribution. We're currently only in Georgia and New Jersey, but we are also just awareness, right? Like, this is a story we get to tell about a 12-year-old enslaved person who created this incredible technique. And so for me, the opportunity to be able to create this liquid that I think is really lovely and very approachable, as well as tell that story every single time, why wouldn't I want to be here, right? I hope everybody leaves knowing about Edmund Albius.
Well, I think you and I need to have a toast to this. Can we do that? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so let's taste this bad boy. Cheers.
All right, cheers. Sip, savor, and share. That is the goal.
Oh, wow. Tracy.
So I think what a lot of people are expecting when I talk to them about this is an overt sweetness. And I couldn't, right? Because I wanted to drink this too. And so it's really about finding that balance of the vanilla, the whiskey, and that approachable sweet caramel vanilla flavor profile. So
yeah, it's definitely not a vanilla flavored whiskey.
Right.
It's a whiskey that has really good vanilla notes, and they taste really natural.
Great. Great. So I wanted this to be a whiskey that is enhanced, a vanilla enhancement.
Oh, that is so good. All right, you guys need to get yourselves in California ASAP, because I need to be able to buy this.
We can. We actually do have distribution. If your store wants to bring it in, we're with MSW, so we can.
Great. All right, MSW, you heard it. Get it in LA right now.
They're over here. They better get it in California. Yeah, we can absolutely deliver to any liquor store you want.
Fantastic. All right, Tracy Franklin, until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
I am over here at the Pronghorn main bar after talking with Tracy Franklin, who just told us about, where is it?
Yep. Edmund's.
This wonder, and it's
fantastic. The very first one ever produced by Pronghorn.
It's
themselves.
Yes, no, and it's great. All right, now you were just telling me a story about this guy. So first of all, we've got Chet Lemon.
Yes.
Or is it Lemon? Lemon.
Lemon. I'm not French.
Well, when you go to New Orleans for Tales of the Cocktail, Lemon.
I will be Chez Lemon.
Chez Lemon. All right, so Chez Lemon, you are. What is your job?
I work in marketing and in bartender. So I'll be doing all the pours today because I have a bartending background, but I also work in marketing. So I help people do the research before they actually get into the bottling process. So we get the gang studies, have people do the tastings, so on and so forth.
Okay. So show this bottle to the guys here at home. And I mean, this bottle, look at this label. It's so fun. Tell me a little bit about this story and this whiskey and this gentleman on the cover here.
Yes. Okay.
Cover. It's not a book. But it's going to be a book. The way you're talking about it, it's going to be a book.
Exactly. So we have...
Wait, is there a book? There is a book. There's a book.
There is a book behind this story. So we have the Tom Bullocks, which the story behind Tom Bullock is he was a young African-American man back in 1917, so shortly after World War.
He was only a young African-American in 19... He was in any other time?
Oh, he was before that. But when he became well known was in 1917 because he was the first African-American to have a published cocktail book.
That is amazing in and of itself. And then what was the name of that book?
Well, the name of the book, actually, that eludes me. I do not know. That is a good question. I should know that.
You've got to find this book.
I can definitely Google it. And it is definitely something that still is in publication today.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You can still get it. But the little bit further of the history, obviously African-American men at that point in time couldn't have books published without having a publishing company have a written letter from someone to basically vouch for that person and their study.
From some single white man?
Exactly. But that single white man just so happened to be the great-great-grandfather of George Bush.
Really? Now this story is getting more interesting.
Yep, they met in St. Louis at the sports club. And after they met, they got to know one another. He understood his great belief and understanding of becoming like a mixologist. And he assisted him by writing a letter so that he can have his book published.
That's very cool. So how many different expressions does this one have, and how long has it been being produced?
This one right here is, if I remember correctly, it's Henderson Spirits, which is a former NBA player. He is actually here today. Started in Indiana. And all of these cocktails that you see, liquors that you see here are all his. And if I remember correctly, it's 5 years, but don't quote me on that. I think it's 5 years.
We don't quote. We're going to have to Google.
Yes, we're going to have to Google that as well. But as far as what Pronghorn does is we just help bring to the forefront these individuals that have these alcohol, own these companies, 27 predominantly African-American owned businesses, and we get them into situations like this convention so that they can get more of a visual presence and tasting so people can see them and maybe have the opportunity to try something they've never been introduced to.
All right. Well, out of all of his, let's see, you've got two. You've got a gin and a bourbon. Old Tom gin.
Yep. So this gin is in London.
Okay.
Is where they have the distillery for this one. This one is in Kentucky.
Okay.
This one is in Montana. So Bertie Brown was an African-American woman as well during Prohibition that was using her wheat grain forward taste, so not that corn mash, and it gives it a little more, it's sweeter, I would say, and more floral notes, but it's named after her.
That's great. I think I'll have a little taste of this one so I can see how old Tom made his stuff here. Oh, that's good. That's good. Got a lot of tasting to do today.
You gotta survive.
Ooh, that's lovely. That'd be really good in a yes, thank you. I was gonna say Manhattan. I'm like, that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah. Because you got that.
Yeah.
You got that orange.
Yeah.
Yep, that burnt orange, which is what they in the barrel.
This would be really good over ice on a hot day also.
Oh yeah, definitely. Summer, winter, whatever you need it, it's going to be good.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Chet Lemon.
Chez Lemon.
It was great to see you, and good luck today at the conference, and I hope you get a lot of things shining on all your whiskeys and your gins and your... You have any vodkas?
No vodkas.
No, okay.
No vodkas.
Good. I'm all about the whiskey and gin myself.
Perfect. That's exactly where I'm at. Vodka's a younger man's drink, I think.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That does it for today's show. To read notes on this episode or learn more about our guests, please visit barrelroomchronicles.com. Want to interact with the show or have questions for our guests? Then ask them on our socials or send us an email. Or better yet, leave us a voicemail on our website. If you like what you heard, please rate and subscribe to the podcast. If you really liked it and you want to show your support, buy us a whiskey through our Ko-fi site at ko-fi.com/BRC or become an exclusive member of the Barrel Room Parlor. If you work in the whiskey or spirits industry or just have a deep passion for whiskey and want to share your spirits journey, register to be a guest through our website. Last but not least, please enjoy your spirits responsibly. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, Solange.
Barrel Room Chronicles is a production of First Reel Entertainment and is available on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, YouTube, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.